Stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together, we're Mississippi Strong. Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
All righty. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here on WLBT Plus First Alert Weather Edition. I'm meteorologist Chase Franks, and I hope you are having a great start to your Monday. We have some big changes going on here at home. Nice and dry. We do have some patchy dense fog, but let's talk about this weekend. We saw a lot of rainfall here across much of Mississippi as a whole. I mean, areas along into the north of I-20, roughly 1 to 2 inches of areas off to the south, roughly that 1 to 4 inch mark across a wider range. And in some isolated spots, upwards of 6 inches of rainfall. Now, obviously, this is an estimate based off of the radar scans that we had over this past weekend. So take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, but we did see a lot of rainfall across the area. Thankfully, it wasn't looking at severe storms. A lot of us just stayed with some gusty winds and a lot of rainfall. So like we said, flash flooding was a big concern, still was. Thankfully, today will stay mostly dry. Chance for an isolated shower is possible, although we will be talking about very dry conditions into the week ahead. But for now, a bit of a foggy start. There's a chance you run into some patchy, dense fog out there in central Mississippi. But the good news is most of us are looking fairly beautiful. I mean, look at this shot, actually. I'm going to make this bigger. I mean, look at the view at our First Alert Skycam network, all thanks to the Sheraton camera there, looking at the Jackson Airport. Looks great. Even at Forest, you can see some of that fog. But further off to the south in Macomb, you can see some of that low-lying fog out there just off to the highway. Tylertown, same thing off into the distance as well. So low-lying spots are normal spots where you see that dense fog. Our Market Max camera down in Monticello, not looking too bad out there, but a closer view of that Macomb camera. Still showing you that patchy fog. Good morning, Melissa Price, and good morning, Maryland. I hope y'all are having great starts to your day as well. But right now, thankfully, staying dry. A lot of the storms that we saw this weekend now pushing well off to the east of us. For the weather here at home, 65 in the metro, same thing in Vicksburg, 61 in Natchez, and 57 in Macomb. And we should stay mostly dry today. There's going to be a chance for a stray shower possible, but the good news is we'll stay mostly dry. And then we could be talking about some rainfall into the day on Tuesday. So it's actually shaping up to be a little bit more wet into that 4 o'clock hour, just in time for 5 p.m. So into the evening commute times, could be tracking out chances of some rainfall possible into the day on Tuesday. Not looking widespread, not talking about any severe weather at all with this system. It'll be very light to moderate showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder here and there, and then it'll push off through the evening hours overnight. Then that surface low will continue to spin off to the northeast of us. With that, could be bringing us a chance for some isolated showers Wednesday night, Wednesday during the day as well. But Wednesday, we're going to be staying mostly dry. Temperatures down into the low 60s. Remember, our morning low right now, yeah, it's fairly warm and muggy outside, 65. And let me tell you, people, we're going to be cooler than that for a high temperature into Wednesday and Thursday. So a big change there. Actually, let me show you this. By the day on Halloween, I'm sorry, I just paused right in the middle of it. That's pretty funny. By Halloween, man, oh man, it is going to be feeling good. Friday, 66 degrees for a high, mostly clear conditions, calm weather sticking with us into the day on Friday. Sunset is roughly around 6 o'clock, and to be honest with you, cool weather will actually be more settled in by then. So into the evening hours, honestly, find that Halloween costume that has the long sleeves. Maybe you might want to have a coat if you're wearing something a little shorter, something a little lighter. Just bring a jacket. Honestly, it might be very chilly down to the 50s. Maybe could see a frosty night as well. So something to take into account if you are planning out your Halloween plans. Also, something else that I want to know is the tropics. So while things in the Gulf and into a good portion of the Atlantic remain honestly fairly quiet, there is one area that we are watching, and that is the Caribbean. This is a look at Hurricane Melissa, currently a Category 5 storm. And look at this system moving west at 3 miles an hour, very slow moving, pressure of 913 millibars, winds of 160 miles an hour. This system is no joke. It is expected to beeline towards the island of Jamaica. Thankfully, all these frontal boundaries that we've had keeps the system away from the Gulf. And normally I'd say, hey, we need to be concerned about this. This thing's a monster. Thankfully, stays away from us here in the southeast and across much of the United States. But still, the island of Jamaica is going to be talking about very detrimental and catastrophic conditions just from the system. Already seeing a lot of rainfall, expecting widespread flooding, expecting very strong damaging winds. So this is something that we're going to be keeping a close eye on, and obviously a very solemn time for the island of Jamaica as we watch the system track closer to it. So this is a very life-threatening situation. If you have friends or family out there, give them a call, give them a heads up, and I would advise you not to travel to the island of Jamaica here, and even into Cuba or much of the Caribbean islands here within the span of the next couple of days and into the next week or so. So this is something that we're going to be keeping a close eye on. We'll bring you updates on. We did run a couple packages about how the island's preparing for this, but this Hurricane Melissa is no joke. It's going to be a very catastrophic situation for them down there. Thankfully, on the other side of the coin, we don't have to deal with any tropical conditions into much of the Gulf. So if you have any questions about the weather here at home or about Hurricane Melissa, I'm always available. You can ask me at any time on Facebook or Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. You get the point. I always try to answer my messages as quick as I possibly can, unless it's a weekend and I might be doing something. So I hope y'all are enjoying the rest of your day today. Obviously, we have those cooler weather on the way, and we'll go into more details about that for you coming up here throughout the rest of the day today. Have a great one.